Hello everyone, and welcome to my GH Soap Opera Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers. Drew fights to communicate. Struggles to expose Willow's twisted plan? General Hospital spoilers reveal that Drew Kane may battle to communicate and understand. He must expose Willow Kane's sinister agenda. GH viewers know Drew's trapped in a pickle as Willow is giving him a medicine that leaves him unable to move or communicate. Although Drew's physicians assume he suffered a stroke, Willow produced this nightmare with an injection and aims to keep him this way with further medication dosages. Drew is aware of the true facts and may start preparing a way out of this problem. Since Drew has nothing but time to ponder, it may be intriguing if viewers start to hear his opinions at some point. Regardless, Drew may swear to fight back and somehow notify another character to his terrible condition. As for who Drew would try to sound the alarm to, his options are limited since he doesn't have a lot of people demanding to visit him. Kai Taylor could be Drew's greatest bet as Kai plans to stay at the home sometimes and look after Drew if he can. With Kai already skeptical of Willow, it won't be hard to convince him that Willow is still planning against Drew, particularly if he sees her injecting from a dubious drug bottle. Kai may interrogate Drew and obtain more flashing confirmation on Willow causing further trouble. However, it's feasible Alexis Davis may turn up with a get-well-soon card from Scout Quartermain or something along those lines. Alexis could want to check on Drew personally as she's also anxious about Willow caring for him. Could Drew try to communicate a flashing message to Alexis' queries and suggest that Willow's the reason for his predicament? Another scenario may be if Drew fights to speak with someone like Lucas Jones during a house call to see how Drew's doing. Whatever the situation, Drew may try to blink the appropriate answers to the proper questions and let someone know that Willow is tormenting him. That doesn't mean Drew's plan will succeed, especially because Willow will be apprehensive of leaving him alone with anybody else. But it's absolutely something he may do if he gets the chance. Of course, if Willow gets careless and misses a dosage or Drew develops up a tolerance to whatever he's being given, he could try to slur out some words to someone or perhaps pull himself out of bed. Bottom line, General Hospital spoilers suggest Drew's going to be desperate and may at least try to express his struggle, so stay tuned for any unexpected news he could reveal. General Hospital spoilers Wednesday, February 11th. Marco suspicious, Jason blindsided, Carly grilled, Sunny furious. On the next GH, strategic warnings fly as Porsche faces the truth. Carly is grilled at Windermere. Jason feels deceived, and dating advice arrives in unexpected hands. General Hospital spoilers are in for Wednesday, February 11th, 2026. Fans may anticipate there to be strategic counsel. One character provides a teenager dating advice. Plus, there will be a warning as well as an interrogation. Key points: Porsche Robinson agrees it's time for the paternity truth after legal pressure escalates. Carly Spencer is questioned over her sudden change of heart at Windermere. Jason Morgan feels blindsided when a plan appears to unravel. Charlotte Cassadine receives unexpected dating wisdom. Sunny Corinthos offers strategic advice instead of immediate revenge. Porsche Robinson's paternity test. Let's start off with Porsche Robinson. After being threatened legally by Curtis Ashford, the lady insisted she wasn't giving in. However, after a little cooling off, Porsche understands they all need the truth. In a teaser clip for tomorrow's episode, Porsche tells Isaiah Gannon that it's time to discover the truth and face the consequences. Meanwhile, Curtis offers a heads-up to Jordan Ashford. The man confesses that he may have done a tactical blunder, and it may come back to haunt him. Carly Spencer grilled over at Jen Sidwell's apartment. Carly Spencer has showed up. While Sidwell doesn't look suspicious, Lucas Jones clearly is. The guy insists that Carly tell what triggered her abrupt change of heart. After all, she didn't approve of Lucas and Marco Rios' relationship previously, so why all the smiles now? Of course, Carly will come up with a great cover story. I'm not sure if Lucas will buy it though. Meanwhile, Marco delivers his father a warning. Marco stated that she may be an issue for both of them. Jason Morgan's confusion. General Hospital spoilers for tomorrow's episode state that Jason Morgan feels surprised. The right-hand guy responds, "I thought we were working together?" Charlotte Cassadine's wisdom. There is also Charlotte Cassadine. Fans had seen Danny Morgan interrogate Alexis Davis about the Cassadine past. Alexis wasn't deceived by Danny's cover tale and updated Jason. Next, we should see Charlotte get some food for thought as well. What else to expect? As for what else to expect on Wednesday, February 11th, Trina Robinson will have some questions for Jocelyn Jacks. Meanwhile, Sonny Corinthos has some strategic advice for Lucy Coe. While Lucy wants Sonny to get rid of Sidwell, will he truly accomplish that? A teaser clip suggests that Sonny does offer Lucy an answer, but it doesn't reveal what it is. Maybe Sonny will have another notion on how to deal the two-timing criminal. GH's Brooklyn. What will be the final straw with Chase? Chase has slipped into the rabbit hole. When is it enough for Brooklyn? General Hospital is making it plain that Brooklyn and Chase are going for Splitsville. One day, she will have had enough with her husband's fixation with Willow. What will eventually make her say goodbye? Key takeaways: Brooklyn will be enraged when she uncovers her husband's link to the keys to frame Michael. There may come a moment when Chase and Willow kiss. Chase may have overheard Willow's confession to Drew. He might be helping her conceal her traces. Chase ing keys. Willow is trying to frame Michael for shooting Drew by placing the congressman's key on Michael's keychain. Chase had to stick his nose in by using the key to open Drew's door. Now, Wiley has spotted Chase messing with the keys. Brooklyn may very well assume that her husband put the key on her cousin. At the very least, she will realize that he is once again injuring Michael to aid Willow. This might open BLQ's eyes to Chase's fixation, and not want any part of it. A kiss, time will tell. But Chase could kiss his ex. He has been bickering with his wife over Willow, and is frustrated that Brooklyn isn't ready to look into adoption. Meanwhile, Willow is devastated that her husband cannot communicate or move, just blink his eyes. With Chase popping by all the time, these two will turn to each other and maybe kiss. BLQ may put up with a lot from her hubby, but not this. It will be time to show him the door. If Chase knows the truth, just as Chase was using the key to enter Drew and Willow's house, she was explaining all she did to her husband, and she wasn't whispering. It didn't appear like the former detective heard this, but how could he not? Does he know that Willow is guilty, but just doesn't care? If there is any danger that Chase is covering for Willow while knowing she is guilty, Brooklyn will toss him out, with aid from Tracy and the rest of the QS. It's time for him to depart. General Hospital shocker. Steve Burton's checking out. Here's why and for how long. While we're quite accustomed to General Hospital springing surprising plot twists on us, here's a real-life stunner we didn't see coming. Steve Burton has revealed he's parting away from his long-standing role of Jason Morgan. Hey everyone, he casually began an Instagram post that would rapidly show to be more than just any OL photo dump. I wanted to share that I'll be taking a short break from General Hospital, he declared. Why may he be doing so? I'm newly married and looking forward to spending some quality time with my family, he stated. Fans may recall that the actor tied the wedding with Michelle Lundstrom back in May of last year. Clearly expecting that fans would be surprised by this unexpected bit of news, the actor preemptively thanked them for their understanding before offering them something to look forward to. I'm grateful for all the support and will be back this summer, he stated. As to just how Jason will be written off or how this will influence his growing romance with Britt, only time will tell. This isn't precisely the first time that Burton has utilized social media to make an unexpected surprise. You might recall that back in the spring of 2022, he released an Instagram story indicating that he and then-wife Sherry were going their own ways. I wanted to clear something up, he tweeted at the time. Sherry and I are separated. She just revealed that she is expecting her fourth child. Then came the kicker. The child is not mine. Of course, Burton's planned exit isn't the first time he's stepped away from the part he's performed on and off since 1991. In reality, back in 2013, he not only departed General Hospital but joined the cast of The Young and the Restless as Dylan McAvoy, the hidden son of fan favorite Nikki Newman. General Hospital Wednesday, February 11th update. Jason's partner problem. Jocelyn grilled. Curtis wrong strategy. General Hospital spoilers update for Wednesday, February 11th, suggests that Jason Morgan will have a secret partner problem as Jocelyn Jacks gets interrogated. Curtis Ashford will also realize he may have employed the incorrect method, so he'll confide in Jordan Ashford and gain some reassurance. Since Curtis was so irritated up that he gave down a 1-week deadline on the paternity test, he'll worry he carried things too far. Threatening to seek a court order was harsh, so Curtis will fear his approach might backfire. However, Jordan may point out that Curtis doesn't know how things are going to play out yet. Perhaps Jordan would claim that Curtis might have provided Porsche the shove she needed to make this happen. Although Curtis' demand may have had an influence in Porsche's choice, it was largely Elizabeth Baldwin who urged her into pressing ahead with the paternity test. Porsche will bring Isaiah Gannon up to speed on Wednesday's GH episode and claims she's prepared to find out who her baby's father is, no matter what the results indicate. Even yet, paternity test results aren't known for being correct the first time around on soaps, so it's conceivable the outcome will be changed. In the interim, Jocelyn will face two distinct interrogations. The first one may occur when Trina Robinson queries Jocelyn about where she was the night of the blizzard and who she was with. Jocelyn was in Windermere with Matthew, aka Ross Cullum, after causing a Spoon Island power outage, but she'll have to be careful about how much she divulges to Trina. Jason also looks set to quiz Jocelyn and remind her that they were meant to be working together. Jason may be angry at Jocelyn being MIA and perceive that she's not providing all accessible info. Will Jocelyn tell Jason about her night with Cullum and the bizarre Caesar Phazon imitation hints? Regardless, Jason may have something to tell Jocelyn now that he understands how deadly Cullum is. Since Cullum is collaborating with Jen Sidwell and was behind the prior hits on Sonny Corinthos' life, Jason may feel the need to tell Jocelyn. Likewise, it looks Marco Rios will tell Sidwell about Carly Spencer's troublemaker inclinations and the potential for her to be an issue for them. Next, Carly will arouse Lucas Jones' suspicions by apologizing and radically altering her tune about his life with Marco at the castle. At Sonny's residence, he may not give Lucy Coe the answer she's hoping for when it comes to Sidwell. Lucy wants Sonny to target Sidwell and help her get retribution, but he isn't in a position to do so now. Sonny may confess his hands are tied until some other problems get cleaned up. That said, Sonny may offer some instructions on how Lucy might wreak havoc on her own and help take the initial steps towards Sidwell devastation. Over with Charlotte Cassadine. Someone will offer her a different point of view. Will Charlotte slip over to visit Valentine Cassadine again, or obtain counsel from another character instead? General Hospital spoilers predict Charlotte will hear some words of wisdom either way. So stay tuned for updates on any additional stunning news to come. Think of Laura? Don't mind if we do. By honoring the iconic Genie Francis on the anniversary of her General Hospital debut. It's hard to picture anybody else playing the character, but when Genie's Francis first on General Hospital on February 8, 1977, Laura had already been around in Port Charles for a number of years. Young Stacey Baldwin had invented the part, albeit this early Laura merely existed to offer drama for Leslie Williams when she realized that the daughter who she'd assumed had died, hadn't. Frances Laura was an older girl who wasn't merely a story gadget but a plot driver in her own right. What's more, she didn't simply swim with the young bunch. These were her Scotty days, after all, but dived straight into the deep end with the grown-ups. One of the eventual Emmy winners' early stories included Laura being tempted by the creep David Hamilton, an old friend of Laura's stepdad, Rick Weber. David had tried having his way with Leslie as part of some vengeance plan. When she turned him down cold, he went on to her daughter and succeeded. Things didn't end well for that early affair of Laura's. When David admitted that he'd only been using her, she was so enraged, she shoved him down and, owing to the soap laws of cause and effect, he banged his head on the fireplace and died. And there was Frances' first year as Laura, a teenage affair with an older guy and a murder all wrapped into one delectable narrative. You can witness her sad murder confession to Luke Spencer a couple of years later below. Needless to say, it didn't take long for us to recognize that big things were ahead for Frances and her alter ego. And throughout the previous 4 decades, she has not let us down. Troubling relationships have been something of a hallmark for the character, from her rough start with Luke and his rape of her, to her captivity and forced marriage of Stavros Cassadine. Also, we learned a few years back that Laura was a bit murder-happy in the late 70s, as she also accidentally killed Rick's mistress, Teresa Carver. Over the years, Laura's gone from rebellious adolescent and waitress at the campus disco to the freakin' mayor of Port Charles. She's faced supervillains and the mafia, holding her footing against mobster Frank Smith and momster Helena Cassadine. And she's gone from furious adolescent to passionately protective matriarch, raising 3 kids and being rewarded with 4 grandkids. And she's still holding her own against mobsters and madmen like Sidwell and her late brother, Cyrus. Oh, then there was that whole, most-watched daytime event in history, thing with Luke and Laura's 1981 wedding. That's an accomplishment that hasn't been beaten to this day, and, let's be honest, possibly never will. It's difficult to conceive all of this without Frances. That could explain why, even though she's come and gone from General Hospital a number of times over the years, the role has never been recast. Frances always returns, each time with Laura a bit wiser, a little more self-assured, and ready to confront anything Port Charles throws at her. Carly's dangerous mission and Portia's paternity truth unfold. Carly takes charge in a perilous new mission. The teaser starts with an eager rush of movement as Valentine charges down Carly's stairs, his voice overlaid over the scene with hard determination. Carly shuts that scheme down swiftly. Her tone stays stern as she insists on taking the Windmere mission personally. The shift surprises Valentine, although he recognizes Carly already made her choice. The footage employs rapid cuts to create tension before exposing her determined arrival to Spoon Island. Carly's appearance sets the tone for a turbulent week. She welcomes Sidwell at the door with a pleasant smile, although the moment conveys tremendous suspense. It becomes evident that she expects a bad situation. A probable leak from Brennan or an overheard phone exchange may drive Carly farther into this assignment. The teaser implies that she pushes onward despite the mounting hazards around the island. General Hospital spoilers and preview. Windmere becomes the center of uneasy secrets as the camera follows Carly into the dark hallways. Viewers sense the danger gathering around her. The narrator hints that information Brennan gives may reach Sidwell, either via accident or hubris. Carly listens carefully, and her countenance betrays both mistrust and fascination. She wants answers, and she refuses to back down until she gets them. These scenes show the contrast between what Valentine requires and what Carly is ready to accomplish. Her audacious decision might provide them valuable intel, but the peril is serious. The trailer left viewers wondering whether Carly can escape unobserved, or if a single false step may trap her in Windmere's crossfire. This arc holds substantial plot weight for the week ahead. Portia faces the truth as the paternity test arrives. The preview turns tone as Portia arrives at the hospital, steadying herself before taking the test. Her comments to Isaiah reveal a preparedness she evaded for too long. The camera moves slowly, letting the emotional weight settle. This scene depicts Portia face consequences she cannot evade. She knows her choice might impact her family forever. The envelope sequence heightens the tension. Trina asks the question everyone expects to hear, and her look conveys a hopeful warmth. She wants her new sibling to share Curtis as a father. The next fast clips reveal Curtis' apprehensive expression and Isaiah's eager smile. The editing indicates a contrast that leads up huge tension. The trailer makes obvious that Portia cannot hide from the truth much longer. General Hospital spoilers and preview. A mother torn between truth and survival. Portia's look gets darker as the preview nears its finish. Her eyes reflect anxiety mingled with despair. The reality weighs on her, although her next step remains undetermined. She owns the ability to affect numerous lives, and she knows it. Fans are compelled to question what options she will make as the pressure rises more. This section of the commercial indicates Portia would consider changing the findings. Her distress hints at desperation. She may dread losing control of her family, and that worry might push her toward a dangerous option. The teaser finishes on her emotional face, leaving the tale hanging in suspense. It is the perfect scenario for a difficult week. Sunny and Jason were interrupted by Alexis. Their chat was cut short when Alexis texted concerning Danny, so Jason invited her to Sunny's house. While there, she asked Jason how close Danny and Charlotte were. Jason assumed they were simply friends, so Alexis related how Danny had requested her to work out the Cassadine family history, but he appeared more intrigued about his link to Charlotte. Implying that Danny could have problems he wanted to share but didn't want to with his grandma, Alexis recommended Jason talk to his teenage son. With that, Jason returned to the mansion and found Danny, offering to help if he wanted to discuss anything, whether it was the school assignment or not. With a sigh, Danny recognized his father knew there was no school assignment and stated he was interested in both his Cassadine heritage and Charlotte's too. Jason departed. Alexis and Sunny talked over Michael Corinthos' custody, and Lucy barged in after Jason departed. Alexis and Sunny discussed Michael Corinthos' custody documents with Willow Kane. Sunny was happy that Wiley and Amelia Corinthos wouldn't be bargaining chips like Scout Kane had been. He asked Alexis how her granddaughter was doing. Alexis answered that Scout was anxious about her dad but starting to relax. The next stage was to encourage Willow to let Danny and Scout see each other again. Sunny urged waiting since Scout needed stability, and Danny was focused on Charlotte. He joked that Charlotte was a good fit for Danny's thrill-seeking. Alexis sighed, worried about trouble they might cause. Then Lucy arrived, and once alone, Lucy wanted Sunny to clean Sidwell's clock. Valentine was determined to go to Windermere. Carly stopped him and said she would after hearing about Anna. Valentine was set on returning to Windermere, but Carly Spencer insisted she visit Spoon Island this time, since Sidwell had offered an open invitation. Thinking she would reunite with Lucas Jones for Marco Rios' benefit, she wouldn't have problems getting in. Still, she loathed that Jocelyn Jacks was using Lucas for her own goals, and now she would be doing the same. Valentine encouraged her to remain at home, since her uncertainties would only lead to her getting wounded. Yet, the prospect of removing Jocelyn from the WSB and getting her brother off Spoon Island only fueled Carly's need to visit Windermere. Valentine asked Carly to find out if the other entrance to the Catacombs was still open before she traveled. Valentine advised she schedule a visit to the wine cellar to see if the entrance to the Catacombs was still open. He also urged her to be careful and avoid creating suspicion since she required an invitation to return, and Carly recognized that she had to gain her brother's confidence for that to occur. While she was away, Valentine felt a sense of loss as he read images on Charlotte's social media from her snowy adventure with Rocco Falconeri and Danny. As for Carly, she headed off for Spoon Island and Windermere. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe my channel without missing any update.